welcome to this Off the Map Live September 19th edition. And I want to say hello to our brand new audio podcast listeners because we've just started an audio podcast. Welcome. I'm glad you guys can bring us along with you in audio version. For those of you who have not checked it out, you can check it out on iTunes. We have both video and audio available now. We've got a huge archive of the video stuff and brand new episodes available in audio, so you can bring it with you wherever you are, in your car or wherever. I'm pretty excited about it. Tim, our guy behind the board, has been working hard to bring that to you. On this episode, we will be speaking with a almost 30-year veteran of tattooing, Jocke. I'm probably messing up his name, but I'm going to try hard. Last episode, we had Black Work Weekend. We had kind of like a crazy free-for-all, and that is up on iTunes right now and YouTube, so you can check it out. We talked with Bryce Stuckey, Watson Atkinson, Philip Milik, a few other folks, me. Watson took over for a little while. It was damn entertaining. If you missed it, check it out on YouTube or, like I said, on the App Store there, iTunes. This episode is brought to you by the Paradise Tattoo Gathering, which is bearing down on us. It'll be about a month away from now. Most of the schedule is together, so check it out at paradisetattoogathering.com and get your tickets. I will be tattooing there in an apprentice role with Guy Aitchison over my shoulder in a fishbowl, so you can come watch me sweat while I'm tattooing one of our fellow residents here, Mark. We're going to do a crazy skull bio piece. Guy's going to help me and make sure I don't fuck Mark up too bad. It should be entertaining for everyone watching. I know that I'm really looking forward to it, and like I said, I'll be sweating my ass off. Speaking of Guy, he's also one of our sponsors, Reinventing the Tattoo. If you're not familiar with Reinventing the Tattoo, it was a book written by Guy that kind of revolutionized tattooing, and now it is available in a digital form. We have guest chapters, there are videos, it is constantly updated. Check it out at reinventingthetattoo.com. Also brought to you by Dax McClellan and his Realistic Portrait System. Check him out at tattooingportraits.com. He's been a very generous sponsor this season, and I think you should see what he's up to. Also, Voluta Digital with the Tattoo Release Form app. You can get rid of the paper that's been cluttering your shop. It makes your client's check-in experience nice and smooth. It's done through an iPad, so everyone's used to using the iOS stuff. It's really nice, and it stays in the cloud forever, so you can access it whenever you want to. If your local health officials want to see it, it's really easy to get to. And as always, Off the Map Tattoo, which is where we are right now. We're in our new space at 84 Cottage Street, the old Majestic Theater. This place is amazing. If you haven't seen it, come take a look. I'll give you a tour myself. Right next door to us is one of our partners, Disappearing Ink. So if you've got a tattoo that you want to change, if you want to lighten it up or get rid of it altogether before you have your new tattoo, go check out Disappearing Ink right next door to us. There's a rumor that Off the Map will be offering a free bodysuit. We're going to be doing a best bodysuit idea contest. Make sure you stay tuned to this very show for more news as it emerges. Lastly, make sure you check out Adam France's new sketchbook set, Protoscience. And if you are in the area, we've got a lot of his artwork hanging up right beside Guy Aitchison stuff in our new gallery. Like I said, we are at 84 Cottage Street, Easthampton, Massachusetts. Come check it out. There's amazing pieces here. We just brought them up from a show in New York City. So catch up with us on the road at the Paradise Tattoo Gathering. Also Hell City in the coming year, both Columbus and Phoenix. I will be there on stage doing interviews with some of your favorite tattooers. So like I said, this episode is Jock Hultman. My pronunciation is probably a little fucked, and he'll probably correct me. Like I said, almost a 3-decade veteran of the tattoo world. I'm sure he's got some interesting things to say. And if you want to see more from us, check out our YouTube channel. We've got stuff from all of your favorites. Future episodes, we've got Jessica Brennan, Josh Ford, David Corden, Chris Jones, Corey Ferguson, Ralph Nonweiler. All kinds of folks. So we'll be back in just a few minutes after these commercials with our guest. We'll see you then.
At whatever stage you may be in your tattoo career, apprentice, experienced street shop tattooer, or fully custom artist, it's hard not to feel a little competitive in today's tattoo industry, with so many amazing artists working in all styles in virtually every corner of the world. But you can benefit right now by learning from the experience of the tattoo professionals who have dedicated themselves to education in this industry. I'm Guy Aitchison, and I've been teaching in the tattoo field for much of my 27 years in the trade, with most of my educational efforts being focused within my Reinventing the Tattoo platform, which has been an industry standard in education for nearly 2 decades. Reinventing was originally conceived as a series of seminars that I held at tattoo conventions, and its curriculum has been filled out and fine-tuned according to the needs of the artists attending these classes. It's now a massive standalone educational package which can be viewed on any kind of device in order to bring the answers you need right to your fingertips. The Reinventing the Tattoo curriculum is centered around a group of fundamental artistic principles of composition, including flow and fit on the body, contrast, positive-negative relationships, color theory, depth, and other concepts, which are framed in a way that is meant to be as useful as possible to working tattoo artists. The material then covers uses of reference imagery and digital tools in your design process, along with a review of alternate art forms such as oils and watercolors and how they can help refine your skills as a tattoo artist. The technical sections are as comprehensive as possible, covering everything from machines and other basic equipment to stenciling and working on various challenging parts of the body. Not only am I sharing everything useful that I know about these subjects, but I'm also enlisting the help of various top-name professionals, such as Russ Abbott, Nick Baxter, Megan Jean Morris, Phil Garcia, Halo Jankowski, and Don McDonald to share their own experience on these topics. You may have already read the book version of Reinventing the Tattoo. However, the new electronic edition has been seriously updated and expanded beyond the scope of the old book, including not only new chapters by myself and our guest writers, but also introducing a massive section on cover-up tattooing, including chapters on lasers and scar cover-ups, plus loads of new video footage to further illustrate the book's topics. Subscribers can look forward to seeing new material added regularly along with further updates to existing content as the Reinventing curriculum continues to expand and evolve. I'd like to invite you to drop by reinventingthetattoo.com to read more about what we have to offer in the Reinventing the Tattoo educational package. It's the biggest and most detailed teaching effort I've ever been involved with, and I'm completely confident that no matter where you stand in your tattoo career, it can help you to take your work to the next level.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Good evening.
Can you see me?
I'm fine.
Can you see me now?
No.
No? Oh, I'm sorry, man. We're going to have to just do it based on the sound of my voice.
Yeah, it's okay.
So, welcome to the show. I'm glad you could join us.
Thank you so much.
So, for folks who aren't familiar with you, could you give me a little bit of background, a little bit of history?
I started tattooing back in '88. And I'm running a shop here in Sweden called Hultman Family. So I'm working with my oldest son.
88?
And I used to have a student. Yeah.
You must have been like 16 years old in 1988.
16 years, yeah.
Ah, hey, good guess, right? I was 14 in
Yeah,
1988.
Yeah, so I dropped out of high school, old school.
So what led
then
you
in the early night.
Oh, I'm sorry. What led you to tattooing?
I was always been fascinated by it though. My best friend's big brother got a tattoo when I was 9, and I want to have like that though. And then I started to draw a lot.
So where were you tattooing when you first began? At 16 years old, were you in a shop at that point?
No. At that time there was not that many shops though. So I was actually an English guy who taught me the basics of it, and he showed me where to get the first machines and everything like that. Because back in that day you couldn't order anything by internet though.
Right. Yeah, the internet was not really a thing back then.
No.
So what type of machines did you start with?
An English machine, Mickey Sharps.
Oh, hey,
actually.
That's pretty good. A lot of people that started with complete garbage.
Yeah, Mickey Sharps and Mickey B.
Right on.
Yeah.
So were you in England at the time when you were learning?
No, in Sweden.
You were in Sweden.
Yeah.
So what kind of tattooing were you doing way back then?
At that time, if I could trace it, I could do it. You did, you at, I mean, at that time, you didn't have to draw the same way as you have to do today. We had the flash though, so I still remember when I bought the first colored flash sheets.
Do you remember whose flash it was? Do you remember where it was? Like, was it like Cherry Creek?
Yes.
What was it?
No. Way before that, Ken Cameron.
Oh, right on. Cool.
So I still have them though.
So, how long did it take you before you were tattooing well? Were you a natural? Did you start off the bat really doing well or doing good tattoos?
No, of course not. But I will say it took me 10 years though, I think. But the way I was teaching myself was I was out traveling. So in the early 90s, I actually went to Thailand, and then I ended up living there for a while.
So you still travel, right? You've traveled all over the place.
Yeah, I just got back from Iceland and before that Borneo. And I'm heading to India now in a few weeks.
What's Borneo like?
No, I love it. I've been there a few times before, but this is the first convention I went to in Borneo.
What do you enjoy about traveling?
Meeting all the new, both regular people though as well, but tattoo artists as well. And it's so cool to meet all the people that just been tattooing for like 2-3 years because they're so much better than I ever can dream of being.
Do you think you can still progress though, even though you've been tattooing for almost 30 years? Do you still change?
Yeah, because I work with a lot of good people, and I have so many good friends all over the world. So whenever I meet them, I try to teach myself as much as I can about their styles. So I don't have my own style, though. I'm stealing from everyone.
You do a lot of black and gray and like Asian style tattooing.
Yeah, mostly.
Do you have any favorites, favorite artists that are working today?
Philip Liu, Horiyoshi.
Yeah, of course. Have you gotten a chance to work with either of those guys?
No, not work with them though. I just met them.
Yeah, I've never met Philip.
So no.
I really want to meet Philip. I've met Horiyoshi, and but I've never met Philip. It's something I plan to do at some point in my life.
Yeah, you won't regret it. It's an experience, I promise you.
Yeah,
a good one.
So you say you're traveling to India soon?
Yeah.
What brings you there?
They have the Heartwork convention in December. So it's my.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a good friend of mine that I used to work with when I was in India 7 years ago. He's doing that show, so I went there last year.
You were also there when there was an earthquake, correct?
In Nepal, yeah.
Yeah. What was that
experience?
Kathmandu. Yeah. What was that experience like?
Of course, it was frightening, but after it, all the artists that were on the convention at that point, it's like, I mean, you can say that you meet tattoo artists from all over and say that they are family, but actually they are kind of, we're connected somehow. I don't know how to explain it, but we are actually a family. So I went back this year as well, 1 year after, and almost everyone that was there the year before came back. Even though we had some small quakes, though, but
yeah. Did it steer you away from traveling at all? Were you nervous to travel after that point at all?
I think so, a little bit, but I had to jump on a horse again. So, yeah, I think we were home for like 3 months here in Sweden, then we'll get out again.
So what's the tattooing community like in Sweden?
Oh, it's really good though. It's really good. Everyone is like, in difference from the early 90s, now everyone is actually helping each other.
What was it like in the early 90s?
Oh my God. Don't come here and try to steal my customers, kind of stuff. My secrets are my secrets, you know. But I think all over the globe, though, that it has changed, though. Everyone is more open.
Do you think that's a good thing?
Yes.
Yeah. I know some artists still don't want to share their secrets, but I think more and more people are willing to be a little bit more open and help people become better, you know?
Yeah, because it was like I was thinking I've been tattooing so long, so I can't learn any more new stuff. But then I started to go to the seminars, and I was wrong.
So what are some of the seminars?
So
What are some of the seminars that you've taken?
I was at one in Nepal, though, by the Orgi. I don't remember his name, a Greek guy. He's doing yeah. And then I went to Dublin this summer to Jeff Gogg and Nick Baxter and everyone.
Oh yeah, at the tattoo session. How was that experience?
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Really awesome. It was an eye opener for me. Yeah, it was an eye opener for me, though.
I'll actually be there next year. I'll be
Me too.
yeah, I'll be giving a business seminar there next year.
Then I see you next year then, because I'm gonna go back though, because it was a real eye opener. I was like, you can't learn old dog sitting, but there was no problem with that though.
That's great. That's really awesome. So, what are some of the changes that you've seen? Have there been, other than people being more open? How have you seen the tattoo world change in the last 25 years?
Oh, there are more artists in the business now. Before we were only tattooers, but now there are actually artists in the business, and that makes me wanna progress my work as well every day.
Do you do any artwork outside of tattoo?
Yeah, I'm painting.
What kind of painting are you doing? Are you doing oil or acrylic?
Yeah, both. But I just started to go back to oil though. I haven't painted with oil for 20 years, so I just started this summer again.
What type of things are you painting? Are you doing landscape? Are you doing portraiture?
No, I'm mostly doing the Asian backgroundy paintings.
Oh, okay. Like mountains and cherry trees and...
Yeah. And waves and stuff like that.
Do you think it's important to do artwork outside of tattoo? Do you think it's important to do other mediums?
For me it is though. For me it is. I can talk for everyone, but for me it is. And I've seen my coworker Marcus, how he's progressing after started painting a few years back. So yeah, I think so.
So have you seen anything change in the industry that's been negative? That has been like a change for the bad? Yeah.
Yeah. The it's so easy today to buy like a start kit or whatever, and just start tattooing with that kitchen table. And yeah, I think that's the most negative thing though.
Would you say that the positive outweighs the negative in what you've seen change?
Excuse me?
Do you think the positive aspects of tattooing are more so than negative aspects of tattooing? Like in the years that have the years that you've been tattooing, do you think that it's been more positive than negative?
Yeah. It's been. I mean, the public is more open to it as well. Though when I was starting, if you had like 3 tattoos, you were a criminal.
Right.
So that aspect has really changed, and so I think it's more positive though. The last 25 years.
So can you tell me a little bit about your studio? I know you work with family.
Yeah, I'm working with my oldest son, and I have 2 more people working with me though, and we're opening up a second shop. Actually, I had a second shop until May, but my ex-wife took over that one.
I see.
So I'm starting over a new one now in 3 weeks. So I used to work with my wife and my son,
I see.
and then for a while with my ex-wife and my son, but now only with my son.
Is it difficult working with family?
Yeah, it can be sometimes. Sometimes it's for me. It's been really hard to set the difference between being the boss or being the dad.
Did you
But yeah,
did you teach your son to tattoo?
yeah. He is the same as me. He is a school dropout, so he started as well when he was 16, and he's 24 now. So we just found out a few weeks ago that he's been in the business for 8 years now.
Wow. Did he have a proper apprenticeship? Did you bring him through the
Yeah.
normal channels?
Yes, but I never thought he's gonna be a tattoo artist because I was actually using the studio to punish him when he was even younger. When he didn't behave in school, he had to come in the back room and do his homework. So, but then I don't know. And my youngest son now he wanna start as well, but I told him you have to finish school, so one of us have a degree.
Well, that's good. That's good. I think you should stay in school. No slight to your success, but
Yeah.
I think it's important. You know.
Yeah.
So what was your son's apprenticeship like?
It was hard for me though because at the same time I was his dad. So when I thought he did something wrong, I didn't know how to tell him if I was gonna tell him like his dad or like his mentor. So sometimes he told me later on that he thought I was making fun of him, but I was trying to be gentle about it. So it's been quite hard though. It's been quite hard, but yeah.
So do you have any advice
Yeah.
for apprentices?
No, you just have to pay your dues though. My son had to. I probably can say that though.
What does that mean to you? What does paying your dues mean this day and age?
It's like when I told him you have to wrap my station or whatever, and you have to do it like 10,000 times because then it gets I don't know. I don't find the English word for it though. Um, then you just do it without thinking and stuff like that, and draw. My son had a problem with connecting the dragon's head with the dragon body, and I told him draw 100 more. And then just one day I just heard him when I was doing dinner. Actually, it's like, aha! And then he just found out how to do it. So just practice, practice, practice.
Did you have him make needles and things like that?
Yes, sir. Needles and solder off the old ones, and yeah.
A lot of
And that's
times,
quite.
a lot of times people don't do that anymore. It's getting more and more rare that people make needles.
Yeah, but I think that's good to know anyway. Even if he buys his needles today, but it's good to have that knowledge as well. And told him you have to learn a coil machine to set it up. I know now he's using rotaries most of the time, but he's using coils sometimes. And if I'm not there, I can't help him. So he needs to know that.
Do you tattoo with coil machines?
Yes.
Do you ever use rotaries?
Sometimes, but I think they're too light, and I get so much pain in my stretching hand, though. I don't know why, but maybe it's just an old school thing. I don't know.
So are you still mainly using coil machines with steel tubes and all of that?
Yes, sir. Yep. So it's kind of hard when I'm out traveling, because then I have to use the disposable ones, and then it makes my coil machine so heavy in the back.
Yeah, you're right. Because all the weight goes right to the back of the machine. Yeah, you got nothing.
Yeah.
You got nothing helping you.
Yeah. So sometimes if I know they have autoclave that I can use, I actually bring my steel tip still.
Oh, right. Great. Yeah, almost our whole shop here, I would say our whole shop here is all disposable.
Yeah.
And we rarely hear a coil machine running. There's very few artists. Out of the 13 artists that we have here, a coil machine, but you barely ever hear it. It's the most quiet tattoo shop.
Yeah. No, it's same in my shop. If I'm not working, it's all quiet.
I've got a question or two from the chat room.
Yeah.
One is, are you near Borlange? Borlange? Borlange?
Borlänge.
Well, oh, yeah. Are you near there?
My new shop's gonna open up there.
Ah,
Falun is the town. Yeah, yeah. I actually the in '92 I had a shop in Borlänge.
so that was a question from Terry Lynn Hansen from our chat room. I've got one from Trish Christensen. She wants to know, is it hard to find a good tattoo artist? Any advice on finding a good tattoo artist?
I mean, visit a shop or hear, listen around about them if you hear anything about them. I don't know. The only thing I tell people that go to the shop and look at their albums and talk with the artist. And I know many people just go online now and looking up, but that's my advice though.
Do you still buy tattoo magazines?
Yes, sir.
That was my first introduction to tattooing was tattoo magazines. You know, I had to wait around for the new one to come out every month. You know.
Yeah, when I started, we only had the Easy Rider tattoo. It came out every third month here in Sweden. So that's how I could look at tattoos at that time.
And half of those tattoos were shit, and most of the magazine was tits.
Yep. Yeah, but that, yeah.
It's a good. I mean, it was a good reason to pick it up.
Yeah, yeah. And a few pages of tattoos, though.
Yes, of course. Yes, right. Do you think traveling is important? And do you think young artists should go to conventions?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I can only speak for me though, and the people I work with, and I can see how they progress by going to the conventions and meeting the other artists and interact with them. So yeah, it has definitely helped me 10,000%.
How do you find a balance between your tattoo life and your family life? I know you mentioned you have an ex-wife, so maybe, you know...
yeah, exactly.
Maybe you haven't found that balance?
No. no, actually, my whole life has surrounded around tattoos and tattooers. And so that's kind of difficult to have a relationship with someone that doesn't live it 200%. So I haven't found the balance yet, though. No.
Well, I hope that you do. Someday.
I have my kids though, so I'm happy.
Yeah, that's great. Kids are wonderful.
Yeah.
Would you consider tattooing a sacred art, or would you consider it more of a fine craft?
How do you mean now?
I mean, do you think tattooing is sacred? Do you think it is like spiritual almost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this one that I just started to think like that for like 10 years ago because I started to go around in Asia to collect the tattooing from the spears that the different tribes using. And I went to the Thai monks and got tattooed by them and blessed. So I'm more like I liked to go to the sacred places to get tattooed though, but by hand.
Yeah, like hand poke style. Do you tattoo by hand yourself?
Yeah. No.
No. Have you tried it?
No. Yeah. Yep. I know. I have the different ones from New Zealand and everything like that, and I've tried every one of them on my friend, but no.
Do you have any advice for a tattooer that's looking to land at a really good shop? Like to work at a good
Yeah,
shop?
in the States or where?
Anywhere that you've traveled.
Yeah, I would like to come to your shop though.
Yeah, you're welcome to come to our shop.
No, there's so many good shops now though. So
I would
that's,
I
I
would
mean,
recommend
I mean,
avoiding our shop in the winter.
hmm?
I said I would recommend coming to our shop during the warm weather.
Yeah,
'Cause-
because the Swedish winter isn't that good though.
oh no, what's it like over there in wintertime?
Here where I live now, we have like some days we can have minus 30 degrees Celsius
Damn.
and like half a meters. Yeah, yes, that's what the guy from we had a guy from Borneo here this summer, and I showed him pictures. So he doesn't want to come back until next summer again though.
It gets pretty cold over here too. For sure.
We just had a guy from Washington here. He said like, yeah, but our winter isn't like yours though. We're like 0 degrees Celsius.
Right. Yeah, we get definitely
Yeah,
cold.
that's our spring though.
We get colder than that here. Yeah. But not often. Only for a little while.
No.
So, do you have any projects that you're working on that you want to talk about?
The only project that really goes from my heart is I'm doing this for Nepal. We're trying to put a shop together for guest artists to come, and then we give away the percentage to the street kids. But
So-
we haven't we're still in the talking about it, and I'm talking to a lot of tattoo artists, and we have a few tattoo artists in Kathmandu that was supporting us about it and stuff like that.
So, what's your goal? What are you trying to get done over there?
Just help them though. Just help them after the earthquake, because still nothing has almost been rebuilt. It's been 1.5 years now. So
Can you tell me a little bit about what it's
we
like
we've
over
done.
there?
It's so corrupt.
Yeah.
So all the donations that the rest of the world gave them, the government kept, or were selling to the people.
That's terrible. What's the city like over there? Is it still in ruin?
No, Kathmandu is it's working now though, but still a lot of places they haven't done anything. And out in the villages, some of the villages almost hadn't had any help at all from the government, just from foreign aid helpers. So, and they have no gas, they have nothing.
Why do you feel a connection to Nepal?
I have a lot of good friends there and family, and it's the first time I went to Asia, and I wanted to go to Kathmandu. So I don't know. Kathmandu or Nepal has always been kind of close to my heart. I don't know why, but I just like to be there. I love it there. If it hadn't been for that the corruption and of course now the earthquake, I could easily see me living there.
Do you think that's a possibility in the future?
Yes.
Cool. That's very cool. Well, are you optimistic for the future of tattooing? Do you think it's going to get better? Do you think it'll get worse?
I think it's gonna get better though. I think a few more years we're gonna have all these kitchen table tattooers, but I think the public is getting more and more enlightened about the risks. So I think they're gonna go away, and people are gonna start to come back to the studios again.
What are your thoughts on the reality television shows? Have you seen any of those?
Yes, I've seen them, and I really don't like them though, because they're giving the public the wrong picture of us.
What do you think? What do you think they're? What kind of perception do you think the public is drawing from those shows? What do you? How are they portraying tattoos?
They were just. I know how people ask me though. Do you never work? Do you just play and have fun? They don't realize how much work it is just to keeping a shop clean, or to draw for the customers every day. Or they think it when you say, "Oh, this one's gonna take like 7 hours." No way.
Right.
I mean, they think most of the people. I mean, here they think we're just playing around. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think people understand that tattooing is not a job; it's a life.
Yeah.
You know, I think people.
I wish I could.
Go ahead.
I wish I could some days a week just leave the studio in the studio, but I never do.
No. Yeah. Is all of your travel tattoo related?
99.9% is.
Are you raising? Did you raise your son the same way? Does he just work all the time, just like you?
Yeah. I mean, my oldest son, he started to go with me to Thailand when he was 7 already. So, and he stayed with me there. So, yeah, I don't think he knows any better, unfortunately.
Do you think that's good or bad? Both?
Both. But I want more for him, though. I want him to have his family or a girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah.
So if you could give tattooers of the world one piece of advice before we go, what would that piece of advice be?
Enjoy your work.
Right on.
Just enjoy it. Yeah.
Well, I really enjoyed talking with you this evening, and I really appreciate you staying up so late to do it.
Thank you, though. It was an honor.
I hope you do come do a guest spot with us here. It'd be great to meet you in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Make sure you stay in touch, and thanks again. Hopefully I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
And if not, I'll see you in Ireland next year. All right, man. Take it easy.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. The same. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, we'll be right back in just a few minutes. We're going to run some ads. Thank you to Brazil, Florida, Wisconsin, Toronto, Romania, and everyone else who's watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed that little bit. We'll be back with the network news right after these ads. What is a webinar? It's your chance to up your game and improve yourself with new techniques in art, in business, and tattooing. Webinars are streaming professional development seminars taught by the masters of their craft that you can watch in the comfort of your home, your studio, or even on the go on your mobile device. If you have a stable internet connection, you can stream a webinar. Here at Tattoo Now, we continually produce high-quality video presentations from top artists and business people. Our catalog includes hours of education from greats like Guy Aitchison, Bob Tyrell, DJ Betts, Jeff Gogway, Russ Abbott, James Kern, Tommy Helm, Ian McCowan, Kelly Doty, Rember Oriana, and more all the time. These professional artists share their years of experience to accelerate your path and help you become more successful. Fill up on high-octane brain fuel now with a Tattoo Now webinar. Do you want to bring your career to the next level? Then webinars from Tattoo Now can help you do that.
This is Tattoo Now Network News.
Hey, what's up? So it's September 19th. Welcome to another edition of the Tattoo Now Network News. We're going to start out. It is Happy International Talk Like a Pirate Day. Did you know that, Ben?
No.
Yeah, it is International Talk Like a Pirate Day. I will not be talking like a pirate. Not into it. And it's also National Butterscotch Pudding Day, which is fucking disgusting.
I love butterscotch pudding.
Well, you can have mine. So I encourage you everyone to celebrate these fine holidays today and to eat your butterscotch pudding responsibly. It's also Lita Ford's birthday.
Shit.
Yeah, so Lita, if you're watching, we should do dinner. And that's Thursday is Joan Jett's birthday. So it is a total runaway week. And let's get into the actual news that you might care about, instead of the stuff that I care about. Reinventing the Tattoo has added a new chapter with guest writer Phil Garcia. It's titled Attention to Detail. It's appropriately titled, I believe. If anyone's ever seen any of his tattoos, there's an attention to detail. Also, Mike DeVries has added quick caps to his store. They're pretty quick, and they're also caps, so check it out. Quick caps, they're ink caps. They're just a little bit quicker than your normal cap. Check them out at mdtattoostore.com. Also, Marvin Silva has added some convention dates. You can go to marvinsilvatattoo.com and see if he's coming close to you to get tattooed or to pick up some rad art or just to go say hello, because that dude is awesome and I love him. He is so cool. Did you ever see him catch scorpions?
Yes.
It's crazy. Saw it once. But only the scorpions, not actually the catching. It's a thing of legend, I guess. I don't know.
We can do it again in Phoenix.
We can. Phoenix. Hell City is back this year. Go to both, Phoenix and Columbus. Got some classified news for you. Off the Map Northwest in Grants Pass is looking to hire some full-time artists. You can apply online, offthemaptattoo.com.
Who currently works there?
They do have an extremely talented staff in our Northwest location. You might have heard of Jeff.
Who?
Jeff.
No.
Oh, well, go check out the website. You'll see who's there. See if you want to work with them. Also, check out tattoonnow.com. There's going to be more studios hiring on there. And if you sign up, you can put your own classifieds up and maybe find some more kick-ass artists for your studio or any type of classified you want. Maybe you can find a studio to go to yourself for a guest spot. And finally, you can go to benlicata.com and just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. He's also accepting appointments, so stop by our location here in Easthampton, Massachusetts. Ask for Ben, get a unicorn.
I will take care of your infinity symbol needs.
He will do infinity symbols all day.
I will.
For infinity.
Forever.
And beyond.
I will.
And that's it for the news. Have a great rest of your Monday.
Hey, I heard something about an art show
There is an art show coming up.
that you might be involved with.
That is happening.
You got any information?
The end is near. That is all I can say. April.
Tattoo artists are power creators, not power administrators. Save time, money, and trees with Tattoo Release Forms app. Your client will photo his ID, enter personal information, information about the tattoo, health information, initial legal clauses, and sign his name. When the client is finished, you can make session notes and choose inks and needles from the most popular brands and configurations. Preview the form, sign it, and hit upload. The form lands on a secure cloud in seconds as a printable PDF. If you're at a convention or without Wi-Fi, TRF will automatically upload the forms next time you're online. Return clients can simply search for themselves, check to make sure all the information is correct, and sign again. Done in seconds. Download Tattoo Release Forms app from the Apple App Store for free and enjoy 25 free forms. Also available in the UK, Canada, and Australia.
Hey, we're back. I was totally prepared for that, and I had a countdown and everything, and then I still looked like I wasn't prepared. So that's our show. Thank you, podcast listeners, and all the live viewers. Without you guys, we wouldn't have this show. Speaking of which, if you have suggestions of people you want to see, email us. Send us in some information. Go to our website. Go to Tattoo Now. Send us some stuff. Let us know if you think it sucks. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Comment. Share it with your friends. Comment on Facebook. Like us on Facebook. Just like us, damn it. We're also available on cable access all over the country. So if you're up stoned eating brownies, you can watch us on your cable access TV. And if we're not there, give your local station a call and tell them to put us on, because we are available free to your local cable access station. We subsidize that so that we can get out to as many people as possible. Thank you much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the network news. I am your host, Ben Licata, and I will see you next week when we give away a free membership to reinventingthetattoo.com. So we will see you then. Thanks again. Later.
Fuck your beer.